My 29 male, wife 29 female has been having an affair for 2 years, and I have been aware of it pretty much the whole time. We've been together for 7 years and married for 5. We don't have kids. I have been working from home since the pandemic hit. For the last 3 years, she has been a secretary in a large office building. Now I'm not going to pretend like we had the perfect marriage 2 years ago and that I can't believe she would do this. I was totally complacent in my life and really wasn't putting much effort into our relationship at all. That doesn't excuse what she did, and she had her own issues with intimacy and communication that led us to where we were then. I just want it clear I'm no saint in all of this. I totally understand we were basically roommates that on rare occasions enjoyed intimacy. Well, I found out right away when the emotional affair started. I've got all of our communications logged into every device we have, including my work computer. I mean synced email, text, photo, social media, etc. So I was basically reading her affair regularly, including when it became a physical affair about 4 weeks in. The part that told me this was over, though, was I felt nothing about this. I was totally indifferent, maybe a little embarrassed at worst. When the physical affair started 2 years ago, I recognized this marriage was dead and that I should just divorce, mostly because I felt nothing. I started looking into lawyers and figured we could just do this easy and amicably. Well, here's where the crazy part happens. When the emotional affair started, she seemed, I wouldn't say happy, but less sad. Then, the weekend after the physical affair started, I got the shock of my life. She came into my office that Saturday morning and asked me to take her on a hike and picnic. Initially, I thought this was the moment to burst her bubble and reveal what I know. But I didn't. I decided to actually get up and do this. I kind of thought she was going to reveal it herself and ask for a divorce. We had a real nice time. It was a great day, and she never brought up anything. I chalked it up as one more good memory before we end this thing. Then she asked me out again that week. Then we had intimacy. I don't know if it was shame or guilt or what. After that first week, she began to open up more about her feelings. I, for some reason, had a fire lit under me and started to put some effort into our relationship, started reconnecting with some old friends, and got all the laundry off the gym equipment. The affair continued, but as we spent more time together over those early weeks, and since it really gave me no concern and everything seemed better, I decided to just forget about it and divorcing her and just start enjoying my life. I do still love this woman very much. Up until 2 days ago, we were in a really solid place. We had outings every other weekend, date night Thursday, regular intimacy, and communication. I don't even read their messages anymore, just occasionally to see if it's still going on. 2 days ago, I noticed she was having frequent and long conversations with one of her close friends. I asked my wife about it, and it turns out this friend's husband got caught having an affair. My wife has been comforting her. This would not have been a big deal, but my wife then started bashing the husband for cheating. I don't know why I said it, but it came out. You're one to judge. She got super defensive and pressed me for why I said that. I initially tried to apologize and move on, but she wasn't letting up, and I eventually spilled. I've known about her affair the whole time. She tried to play dumb, which annoyed me, so I started citing specifics. She then got really mad at me, started crying, accusing me of not caring about her. I got pissed, then started yelling at her because I'm not the one having an affair. It got heated, so we went to separate rooms and slept it off. Yesterday morning, she got up extra early and went to work before I got up. I tuned back into their messages, and she had broken up with the affair partner. He was messaging her constantly on every app, and she just kept blocking him. She came home early yesterday. I went to talk to her, and she stopped me, looked at me and asked, "How could I let this go on?" I replied, "Because I just didn't care." She then called me a huge asshole and locked herself in our bedroom until she left for work this morning. She got home tonight, said nothing to me, and locked herself in again. I can't even imagine in what bizarre world I could possibly be the asshole in this situation. Is there a perspective out there where I am? If so, please share it with me, because in my mind there isn't. Next story. I, 29 male, and my wife, 30 female, have been together for 7 years and married for 4. Last year, she came up with the idea of an open relationship to try out new things. I said it's not something comfortable for me and would like to stay monogamous. It felt weird because it came out of nowhere. We were doing good and planning to build a family together. After my reply, she insisted a lot. In the end, I decided to give it a try. Here are the boundaries she set. You should always prioritize the spouse instead of the other partner. Always use protection. Do not bring the partner to the shared house. Do not form overly emotional connections. I told her I am not sure if I can do some of these things. I am an emotional person, though I love the physical part too. She said it's okay. I will be able to do it, and it's hard for men to form emotional relationships in such cases anyways. She found a partner quickly and easily. My wife was my first relationship partner, so I was not confident in myself. I did not have great chances when I was in my 20s. Eventually, after clearing out most of my work, I decided to try finding a partner in my spare time. Surprisingly, I was flocked with interest from younger or around my age women. I knew maturing and aging did a great job for me, but not to this extent. I started talking to multiple people, but decided to go ahead with only one of them. When I shared this information with my wife, she seemed surprised. She said she was shocked at how beautiful this woman is, and I was able to get her. It has been 10 months since finding a partner, but the more I got to know them and spent time with them, we formed an emotional connection together. This woman is aware of my situation and respects my boundaries. I realized I lost emotional and physical connection with my wife over time. I know one of the boundaries was about emotional connections and prioritizing the spouse, but I told her I was not sure if I could comply with some of these. I had a difficult talk with my wife last week about my situation. She immediately offered closing the relationship and going to couples counseling, but I am not interested, to be honest. She feels no different than a friend for me, and I am afraid I built resentment for her due to the open relationship situation. I told her it would just extend the misery for me, and I would like to have a divorce. She flipped and cried, saying I am throwing everything away just for a fling. Am I the asshole here?